In honor of our veterans, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for everything that you continue to do. Thank you for standing beside me and with me and walking through my times. I remember left seat or right seat ride, left seat ride when I was in Iraq. We ended up leaving in 2007. We went over and we took over for a company in just south of Baghdad. We were on a base called Fob Falcon, and we were relieving a company that was headed back, and we were going to take their place. And right seat ride, left seat ride is basically they show you their daily operations, and then you drive and show them that you understand the routes and everywhere that you're supposed to be. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on when you're deployed. Every single day is a chaotic mission from start to finish. There's a revolving clock no matter what. The missions don't stop. It doesn't quit. You can't take a timeout. There's no breaks. There's none of that stuff going on. When the shit hits the fan, you have to be ready for it 24/7. That's just how it is. The first 3 months when the first 3 months after we had made it over there, we had got attacked every single day. Can you imagine just being out in an open parking lot in a building, just take a couple, 4 or 5 dealerships or whatever, more than a couple, and just stick them all next to each other and put the parking lots together and call that your base, and then have Q-36 and Q-37 radars up, and just randomly throughout the day, incoming, 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 and just rounds hit wherever. Mortars, Katyusha rockets, whatever it may be, lob bombs. At the time, lob bombs were becoming more popular. They would take a Katyusha rocket motor and they would strap it to a bomb that was not very, that was very big, and the rocket motor wouldn't push it very far because it wasn't designed to push something that big. And it was called lob bomb, and they would basically get it to go up high enough and make it into your base, and it would just destroy shit. Wreak havoc. Destroy trucks, buildings, all kinds of stuff. And we learned our right seat ride, left seat ride patterns from the group that was leaving. And sometimes when they see new faces and stuff when you're on patrol, they know that there's going to be a change. So they want the enemy that's not the enemy, the people that are outside your fob in the villages, we called them mahalas, and we had them all sectioned off with big concrete barriers, or Texas barriers, T-barriers, all kinds of stuff. And you might be in like section 8:10 through 8:30 today patrolling, and you're out on a 10-hour patrol or something, and you've got multiple meet and greets with people that are in the communities and stuff like that, and you're trying to get information on high value targets, or people that you've gathered intel, and you're going to pay some money for people that are bringing bomb making material and stuff into the area, and things of this nature. You got to sit down and you got to try to figure out who's lying to you and who's telling the truth. This is a serious matter. At any moment you could just have your life taken from you while you're going to meet with informants and stuff like this. It could be an ambush. It could be a setup. You could be doing some training with the Iraqi National Guard or something like that, and it just so happens that group of people that are training with the Iraqi National Guard are bought and paid for by terrorists or something. You don't know what you're going to get yourself into a lot of times. And a lot of people that you trust are actually working, they're working the playing field. They're not just working you, they're working the enemy as well. So they're getting paid from both or getting help from both. And for the first 3 months, we were bombed over and over and over again. We had no idea where a lot of the stuff was coming from. And the third month in of us getting attacked over and over and lots of stuff destroyed and having no direct information on how we can find who was, calling these strategic attacks on us, they weren't strategic. It was basically them seeing new faces coming on patrol, and the people that were out there, the bad guys that were out there, knew when you see new faces and you see many of them on these patrols, chances are one group is leaving and another one's coming in, so we're going to give them a hell of an introduction. Sometimes that means by taking lives and letting them know and scaring them before they even get started. 3 months of this over and over and over again. It could be in the middle of the night. It could be while you're walking across this nasty shit, cratery ground. That's nothing but powder and rocks and dirt to get to your chow hall so you can eat dinner after a 12-hour patrol or a 14-hour patrol or whatever it may be. And then all of a sudden while you're walking, is out of nowhere, the rounds start coming in. You got to try to dive into the nearest bunker or find some kind of cover. A lot of times you just stop in your tracks right where you are because you're probably going to walk into something. So the best thing to do is just stop. Get down, cover yourself right where you're at. Doesn't matter. If you can't get to safety, you stop, you get down, you cover yourself right where you're at. And I remember the day that they found out what was going on. There was a predator. It was a predator or some type of predator type setup up in the air flying around, and they were pinging for cell phone signals. And right before we got attacked that day, they were able to pinpoint a hard cell phone signal right from inside our base. It was in direct correlation to what was being called in, and they gave us it was an immediate upload on our Blue Force trackers, our computer systems inside our trucks, and immediately got notification from battalion commander that location had popped up. It was already loaded up on the trucks that were spinning up. A platoon was about to go out, and there were other companies that were ready to go out as well, and we all got uploads. So all 3 companies converged on this one location that were inside our base. And when we all showed up and dismounted from the trucks, gunners ready, everything else going on, Apache on station, it was 2 twin Iraqi interpreter girls, about 19, 20 years old, that were using a cell phone to call out of the base and talk people onto targets inside the base. And these were the people that we were paying to go on mission with us to translate. Yeah. They were telling them, yeah, you're close to the aid station. You know, if you just move it a little bit more, you might hit the medical station. And there's a parking lot of Humvees and stuff behind that. And then behind that's the mechanic place. And they were talking them for months onto all these different targets and stuff. We had a few people die. We had a lot of trucks and stuff, equipment destroyed. A lot of buildings impacted, but some of it was really, really small, like 60-millimeter mortars that would do some damage, but not enough damage to really take down a building or anything like that. Replaced a lot of water mains and stuff and everything because of it. So we arrested them immediately, took them to the Iraqi National Guard, and turned them in, never to see those ladies again. Yeah. Just wanted to share my story on one of my situations being overseas and some of the craziness we had to go through. Thank you, veterans, for doing what you have done. Thank you to the soldiers that are still continuing to do what they do. I love y'all. Hoo-wah. Be blessed.